Buff Nation.
Let's go. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Welcome into DNVR Buffs Primetime. We are presented by Illegal Pete's. Check out any of their 10 Colorado locations for happy hour, 3 to 6 p.m. every day. My name is Hat Jake Schwanitz.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Your name is RK.
Yes, no Hat RK. Which
No Hat RK.
I used to be like you, Jake. Hat
Oh, that's what
every day
NHJ is.
No Hat Jake. You guys didn't get to 500 yesterday, so you got to put a hat on.
Yep. We're going to have to work on getting No Hat Jake back.
I wore a hat every day for like 15 years of my life.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, everything changed.
What changed, though? Just decided one day I'm no longer a hat guy?
I just think I just got a fire haircut, and I was like, damn, this is better than a hat.
Maybe that's just what I need then.
Yeah, there you go.
What's up, guys? What's up, everyone in the chat? We've got I think, a pretty interesting show, pretty fun show today. We're going to be watching some film.
Let's go. I love watching film on this show.
Yeah, me too. Of one guy who has committed and one guy who is certainly leaning that way, and that is Juwan Johnson. Yesterday, right before our show ended, 247 National Director of Recruiting or National Recruiting Director, whatever his title is, Steve Wiltfong submitted a crystal ball for Johnson to see you.
Let's go, baby.
Yep.
It was at the beginning of the show, we talked about the fact that there was a non-expert crystal ball and just said like, okay, well, this is nice to see, but we'll wait to see what else comes in. And then literally by the time the show was over, we had the lead expert coming in with the hammer, Juwan Johnson, crystal ball to Colorado.
They've been pouring in. Rivals has been pouring in predictions. On Three's been pouring in predictions, all for Johnson to see you. But Ryan, did you see the tweet that Johnson put out 58 minutes ago?
I did not.
Well, I think this is the biggest sign yet, actually. He has changed the time of his commitment. Because remember when we said 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday?
We're like, that's a little early.
That's a little early. Now he has changed it to 10 a.m. our time on Saturday.
This is some serious internet sleuthing by you, Jake. I think you're reaching.
You think so?
Yes.
Really?
Why would that matter?
Because Colorado's the only West Coast school in his top three. It's LSU and Florida.
So you think he's saying, all right, all the kids who are gonna blow up this post are gonna be asleep if I announce it at 8:30?
Or he listened to our show the other day, and when we told him 8:30 is a little early out here.
Damn, that is true. Did we influence this decision? Now you got me excited about it.
I don't think we understand the realm of our influence yet.
Hey, I said...
Because the spring game...
Yeah, I said charge for the spring game. We're charging for the spring game. I said charge me more for season tickets. They called me and said, hey, how much more do you want to pay?
So maybe this show just knows no bounds.
Maybe.
Go ahead and pull it up, Alyssa. Let's get into the film. This guy is extremely electric. We're going to watch a lot of him playing quarterback in these plays. You can go ahead and set it full screen, too.
I was trying to find the tweet. I can't remember who put it out there, but someone said, if Juwan Johnson commits to Colorado, he'll be the first top 10 player out of the state of Louisiana to go to a school outside of the South in about a decade.
That's so wild.
Also, Jesus.
Mitch
turned that on and then just walked away, and now it's making that awful sound, which is actually loud enough that I'm sure our listeners can hear it.
Yeah, probably. Sorry, guys.
Keep going. Well, let's watch the film. Jeez.
I mean, he's just running around there doing it looks like Lamar Jackson type stuff, honestly. Just running circles around kids. Look at that.
Wow. Also, Alyssa hitting us with the full screen. I
know. Yeah, we can see it. In all its glory.
That's a classic.
Look at this, man. Is he going to chuck this?
Yes, he did. It's hard to see, but he did.
Too easy.
Let's see.
Here we go. That's a quarterback power right there.
Great call. Oh, talk about power.
Look at that.
Ran over two dudes.
Was Cordell Stewart from Louisiana?
He was indeed from Louisiana.
The Buffs only have one player from Louisiana on the current roster, or from this recruiting class, I should say.
Who is it?
I don't know. Just looking at the chart that says one for Louisiana. I'll try and find it.
Maybe a transfer? This dude has the juice.
He does. He's electric.
I kind of want to see some other positions on this tape.
Look at man.
Oh,
He can sing it too. Yeah. Wow.
In the comments, what is he being recruited at? We've heard a lot of DB hype for him, but it kind of we lost it. There it is.
O'Marion Miller,
Oh,
Vivian, Louisiana.
there we go. The comments beat it to you, or beat you to it. But yeah, there's a lot of discussion around him playing defensive back at the next level. Maybe he's the next two-way player for Coach Prime.
Could be. I mean, you can tell the athleticism just jumps off the screen here, so he will find some sort of role on the field.
He can really play at QB.
That's why I put him here. I watched this tape and I was like, this is a quarterback.
Damn, their offensive coordinator is a little creative wherever he's playing. They just had the wide receiver motion quarterback power.
That's a dot. Man, he's got the Kyler Murray turn.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just gonna say.
Speed option. He's keeping it the whole way.
What did Coach Prime say about when he ran the option?
That story about the play call with him and Emmitt Smith. He's like, I'm keeping it the whole way. The only option was how far I was taking it.
Right. He's like, the option is which way do I want to score?
Yeah. Is that it?
All right, there it is.
There you go. That was fun.
Jeez. No, so all quarterback
Yes.
on that tape.
Yes.
That's interesting to me
I know.
because that tells me he wants to play quarterback.
And they haven't recruited. I mean, they got Casey Wiseman and Ryan Stout, but in terms of like a guy who could really fit in and run Sean Lewis's offense, that's it right there.
He wouldn't be listed as an athlete though if that was
That's true.
if that was the case.
That's true.
I think I don't know. He's a little undersized maybe.
Primary recruiter is Kevin Mathis, the cornerbacks coach.
There you go. I don't know.
It's an option.
It's a great problem to have when you have a guy who is so athletic that you could play him anywhere.
Yep.
And you got to figure out where to best use him.
They'll find a home for him, I am pretty sure. We can move on to the next guy who committed today, and that's Taylon Chandler, 3-star interior offensive lineman from Nevada, Missouri, 699th overall prospect according to 247 composite, 42nd interior offensive lineman, primarily recruited by Bill O'Boyle, CU's offensive line coach.
131 pancakes.
Can you guess how many Power 5 offers this guy had?
Uh-oh, we might have to take off the bottom if we can. How many Power 5 offers?
Yeah.
25.
1.
Wow.
And it's Colorado.
Interesting.
I wonder if Bill O'Boyle he pulled Landon Beebe from this area of the country,
Right.
who was also a player, like very few Power 5 offers. Watching our guy pull here.
So one Power 5 offer. What are his other offers?
Eastern Michigan, Missouri State, which I think is where Landon Beebe was at, Northern Iowa, and UNLV.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting. I bet you there's some fans losing their mind over this.
Yeah, probably. He visited last weekend for the massive junior day. Took pictures with Coach Prime. 6'3.5", 292. He does have one crystal ball. Well, it doesn't matter now. He's predicted or committed, but he did have a crystal ball yesterday.
He's laying some people out, dude. It's just a tractor just mowing people down. That is an interesting formation that they run this offense out of. This is like got that H-back sitting there the whole time.
Oh, my goodness.
Alyssa, is there any way we can get the comments back up?
I don't know what happened to him.
All right.
So when I posted that he committed, someone replied to me on Twitter. I'm trying to find it. I don't know why I can't find it all of a sudden. Anyways,
what did they say?
They were hyped about him. And they talked about his ability to pull.
Yeah, I mean, he pulls on damn near every play in this tape.
They said they felt like he was an underrated recruit. I think I just found it. Here we go. Our guy, Buffalo Bill, at CU Buffalo Bill, he said, the dude is legit. He may not have all the stars and rankings, but look at his film. He is so fast pulling off the line, getting downfield, and taking defenders out. When the ball is snapped, he moves before the QB and running back. If he can develop in college, then this kid will go pro.
There you go.
We'll see.
That's a long ways away, but I do like seeing him.
Wow,
pull
look
on
at the push that team just got right there. I know. Holy cow.
I've never seen this a team go out of this formation on almost every play.
Man, he is driving guys like 5 yards back every single snap.
Yeah, dude.
Let me know when you guys are done with this.
Yeah, it's a long clip. We can just go a few more plays if you want.
Yeah, we can go a couple more.
But there you go. Another big guy on the interior to shore up the guard position or center. He is 6'3.5", 292 already, though. Already has another year of high school.
Wow. All right.
So,
all right. Coach Prime said it, right? He wants to go recruit some guys that no one else knows about yet. There you go.
Yep. That's exactly what that is. We'll talk a little bit more about Coach Prime's recruiting strategy in the next segment. But it's time to tell you guys about our friends at Breckenridge Brewery and their 2 giveaways that we got coming up. We have an Avs giveaway on March 9th against the LA Kings. 2 tickets. The 5th row, you get Lexus Club access, a parking pass. You also get hooked up with some DNVR gear. Then we also have the Nuggets game on March 30th. That is a Thursday against the New Orleans Pelicans. Again, 2 tickets courtside. Wear your courtside fit.
How sick is that?
It's amazing.
Courtside for the Nuggets game?
Yep.
Best show in town.
Mm-hmm. A good game, too, against the Pels.
Yep.
That also comes with Lexus Club access, a parking pass, and DNVR gear. Head on over to thednvr.com/BreckSweeps and complete the form to enter. Must be 21 or older. Links are also in the show description. Winners will be selected 1 week before each game. And then also shout out to our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. And right now, new customers can bet just $5, get $200 in free bets if your bet hits. Just bet on an NBA money line. Can you bet spread for that, or does it have to be money line?
I think it has to be money line.
So there you go. Bet on a money line. You can also check out their stepped-up same-game parlays. Tons of deals at the top of the screen. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Sign up using code DNVR. New customers can get $200 on a $5 money line bet on the NBA. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Also, I know it's Friday, but kind of weak on the likes.
Yeah.
We gotta get those up at least to 200.
Yeah, get those up. Let's talk about Brandon Baker.
Yeah.
He's been putting out a ton of tweets. Sorry, Alyssa, I'm kind of going out of order here for you, but can you pull up his tweet that I sent you? Because we talked about this a bit yesterday, about the Prime effect in general, and just the views on the videos.
Oh, my God.
And it's hit Brandon Baker.
100,000.
Yep. So he is... the tweet isn't updated, of course. It's a place in time. Yeah. But 15K views for the Oregon vid, 57 for CU. He is now up to, you said, over 100K?
It was at 99 when I looked last night.
At 110K now.
That is insane, Jake.
Yep.
Insane.
Mm-hmm. He only has 963 subscribers.
Right, and he did 100,000 views on his visit video.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fanfare that exists out there for Coach Prime and the Buffs now is unbelievable. I mean, it's hard to it's hard to fathom because it's going up against Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're going up against Minnesota or like a Power 5 school that doesn't have that much cachet. No, you're going up against Oregon, and to, I guess, when all is said and done, 10x the video views based on Coach Prime, and like I said, we've seen it right here on this show. Coach Prime is worldwide, and that's the thing. Is like there are Oregon fans, and I'm sure there are some fans randomly overseas who kind of like jumped on when they had that run during the Chip Kelly era and they had all the cool uniforms and all that. But with Coach Prime, it's they're everywhere.
Yep.
They're everywhere. And if you just like go on, like for example, if you were to go on YouTube and search for Nuggets content, like we have the best, but also there's like not that much other stuff going on. If you search for Coach Prime on YouTube, it's just everywhere. Like everyone is trying to do stuff. I saw someone yesterday who like took one of our shirts and said they made it, but that's a whole other conversation. But like, it's insane. Like there's just, everyone wants to talk about it. Everyone is interested in it. And so then when a player comes and they create that content and it goes into the Coach Prime world, it just blows up. And I don't even think like Alabama or Georgia could do 110,000 views on that for a guy who has 900 subscribers.
No way. The Prime effect is just amazing. Brandon Baker tweeted out this morning at 10:30. The love and support from the Buffs fans have been outstanding. Thank you all. Truly appreciate the love.
He coming.
It's only a matter of time, I think.
Yep.
Another modern day guy, Jordan Davison, also tweeted out today pictures of him in the snow.
Yes.
A picture just with him flexing in, I don't know, one of their hallways that they got. He said, "What y'all think?" Buff emoji with the little sweat drop smile.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get the modern day pipeline.
Get it
That's
going.
my new number one thing on the wish list. Is I want it's a cheat code. I want all of the modern day players. I'm adding that to the top of my wish list.
Yeah. Some other news. 2024 3-star defensive lineman Tioni Gray releases a top 5 that included CU. The other schools are LSU, Minnesota, Mizzou, and Oregon.
Get Minnesota and Mizzou out of there. What are we doing?
It's a great question. 477th player overall in next year's class, 42nd D lineman. This kid is 6'6", 295 pounds.
You had it right the first time. This man.
Goes to Hazelwood Central High School out of St. Louis, Missouri. He's got 13 offers. Arkansas, Iowa State, Kansas in there. Of course, CU is in there. Oregon, Tennessee. So a solid 3-star. Yep.
Did you see the Kylan Fox news?
That's exactly where I was going next. Kylan Fox has announced his commitment date, which will be the 12th of February. Is that Super Bowl Sunday?
No.
I think it is.
Are you sure? I think it's the day after.
12th says Sunday.
Okay. All right. Yeah, then it is Super Bowl Sunday.
Interesting decision. But he is a guy who is highly coveted.
You can't do that. Now he's going to have to change his time because he's watching and he heard you say that.
That's true. I mean, I'll be watching his commitment.
Will you, though?
I will be. That's my job.
What time did he set a time?
He said 4 p.m.
That is literally... Wait, what time zone is he in?
He is from Georgia.
So the Eastern time zone. So that's 2 o'clock our time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to find...
So that is during the insanely long lead up to the Super Bowl.
Yes. Did he delete this tweet? I can't find the tweet now of him.
I saw the person who tagged you and I in it. Was that a screenshot? I'll look. I'll find it really quick.
Yeah,
So he did.
he deleted it.
He must have deleted it. But did you see the person who tagged us in that photo?
Mm-hmm.
One of the first likes on that post
Yep.
of when he will be committing.
Yep.
The one and only Tim Brewster.
Our guy.
Love to see it.
Yep. He's been working. So maybe Kylan actually realized Super Bowl Sunday isn't the best time to announce a commitment.
He was watching it. He was watching the show right now. Heard you say that. Immediately deleted the tweet.
Yep. We'll see. I mean, he's got to be committing soon. It looks like he wants to commit soon. Coach Prime has put out a series of tweets that have been very interesting over the last, this week. I don't know exactly when. It's been the last few days. But he has tweeted out specifically for Georgia players, for Florida players, and for Louisiana players.
Yep.
He wants 8 more Georgia players.
Okay.
He wants 10 more Florida players.
Okay.
And he was asking, are there any Louisiana dogs available?
Wow. Yeah. I like how he's putting exact numbers on this.
I know.
The dude has a roster construction all the way down to where they come from.
People are saying he didn't delete it. I don't know why I didn't see it on his page. I don't see it on his page.
I don't know. They're killing you in the comments.
I'm on his profile right now.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Anyways, he is recruiting the South. He is trying to get hotbeds going in the best places in the country to get high school football recruits.
I'm going to look for it because I want to see if I can find it really easily.
Let me know.
It'll be like when I can't find something and I tell Allie and then she finds it in 2 seconds. All right, here we go. Scrolling his page. It's just a bunch of retweets. Are we on the wrong page potentially? Well,
Well, I want to see it from him though.
yeah, exactly. It's at. Oh yeah, I think we were on the wrong one. There's 2 Kylan Foxes.
Okay.
So it's the Kylan Fox.
This one only has 870 followers.
And that one is up.
Yep.
But it's the same player, I think. He has 2 Twitter
I think so.
accounts.
Yeah, it's the same bio.
Right.
I don't know. Cormani McLean had 3 Twitter accounts too. So
Really?
yes.
What is happening?
I don't know, man.
I knew all the kids had Finstas. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
I do know what that is.
Now we're doing fitters.
Yeah. I think we could find a better word. Fitters?
I don't know. You probably would have said the same thing about Finsta.
Maybe. Can you pull up that other tweet, Alyssa? Because the spring game is getting hype already.
Oh, yeah.
And
Is this from our guy?
This is from our friend and our guy. I'm sorry, I don't have your name right here, but it's from our guy Brady. He's coming.
He is coming. This is crazy. The hype around the spring game is hilarious. And I have to give a shout out to my boy Luis, who tweeted at me today and said, damn, he's getting on a flight to come get some eggnog, which is an insane throwback to what I used to say about the spring game. I'm talking like 10 years ago.
Okay.
When I worked with Adam at back then Rivals, I used to say the spring game is like eggnog because you spend you don't spend all year thinking about it, but when the season comes around, you're like, oh, eggnog. I'll have some eggnog.
Right.
And then you actually have it and you're like, this sucks. Why did I think I like this? But you have it once every 365 days and you're like, oh, right, that's eggnog. That's how I've always felt about spring football is like the spring football game is it's like, oh man, the spring game, sweet, let's go. And then you show up and it's like half speed, blah, blah, blah. But I think this year is going to be different, Jake. But anyways, I had to give a shout out to Luis for saying, for throwing in the eggnog reference. But I think this is going to be different because Coach Prime, he is a lot of things, and one of those things is a showman.
Yep.
And he knows when the lights are on, you got to, you got to bring the entertainment. And so obviously they'll do what they got to do to make sure that they keep the guys safe and whatever. But if this is going to be a nationally televised spring game, there's going to need to be some juice. And so I think we're actually going to get to see some football for the spring game this year.
I'm excited for it because I need to see it to believe what has just happened in the last 2 months. I need to see Coach Prime on the sideline. I need to see Travis Hunter in the black and gold wearing 12. I need to see Shador in uniform too. And I'm so hyped. And I can't wait to see what this offense looks like, what this defense looks like. If Cormani McLean is out there with Travis right away, just those hype moments. I can't wait. It's going to be a time.
I think you're right. That's when it's going to feel real. Or I guess we're probably going to be able to go to a couple spring practices.
Right.
Seeing the players on the field, because you can really notice the difference when you see things in person. It's why, I'm a little bummed. This is the first year in, I don't know, half a decade that I didn't go to the Senior Bowl. But it's when you're on the field and you get to see these guys play, you can really feel the speed and you can see the intricacies and you can tell the difference between a ball that's perfectly placed by a quarterback and one that's a foot or two off and how that impacts the play. And so when we get to go out there and watch these guys play and compare it to what we've been watching for the last, to be, really honest, 15 years with a small reprieve in there, it's going to be special. And so I'm excited about the hype around this.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot Cormani McLean isn't an early enrollee, so we won't see him.
Oh, true. What about Shiloh?
Is he in the portal?
I really don't know.
I don't know if he entered or not. I can't remember. But we'll see. Get your guys' questions in now. Hit that thumbs up. Because after I tell you about our friends at Green Mountain Dental, we will get to those. And they've been a supporter of DNVR since the very beginning. Located just 15 minutes from downtown in Lakewood. Dr. Ben and his team have you covered. Sorry, I'm using the training wheels today. Tell the team that DNVR Sports sent you and get a $300 discount for a full orthodontics treatment for new patients. And if you mention DNVR Sports, you get a free set of bleach trays. That's a $350 value with a new patient cleaning, exam, and x-ray. To make an appointment or find more information, check out their website at greenmountaindentalgroup.com today. Also, shout out to our friends at Bacchus and Shanker. Bacchus and Shanker have been helping out Colorado families for over 25 years and have won over $1 billion for their clients. They can help you out in terms of auto accidents. They can even help you if you get injured at work, ride share, all that stuff. They offer no fees to talk to them about your case, no fees while they work on your case, and no fees unless they win money for you. Call them at 222-2222. Bacchus and Shanker wins. There we go.
People are saying Shiloh's in the portal, but I just don't think so. I think he's going to be a graduate transfer.
Yeah.
So he has to graduate first. And I saw in one of the videos recently, he said he was just taking online classes.
Right.
So he just has to finish those, I assume, graduate, and then he'll officially be in the portal.
Okay, so he is in the portal. I think so.
I guess you can obviously still be in school and in the portal at the same time, so that makes sense.
Right, yeah. Because once you're in the portal, you can commit at any time. And that's when the transfer becomes official, I guess.
Okay.
Let me look up his 247 page, though, just to make sure that he is actually in the portal.
So he won't be.
He
won't be at the spring game.
Probably not.
He's going to graduate first.
Yeah.
Graduate in May.
Yep.
All right.
Shiloh is in the portal. He entered on December 18th. So.
Okay. So officially in the portal, but probably won't be officially on the team until
after spring.
After he graduates.
Yeah. Yep.
Bummer. It is funny that he's just there around, lives in Boulder.
Yep.
Can't practice or work out with the guys.
Yeah. He's hanging around the coaches and stuff too. He's on the team without being on the team.
I know. I mean, I'm sure there's just rules he can't be in official team workouts, official team meetings.
Right.
Obviously can't practice. But other than that, I don't think there's any rules that say he can't be in the facility.
Yep. Well, especially when his father works at the school. That's
right.
Why Shador was there for so long early on too. Did you see the well-off video? I can't remember what they were talking about. But Bucky was like, "Cu's got a bright future," and he pulls up the picture of Future that's faded. Future the rapper.
No,
that had me dying last night. I just had to bring that up. Bunch of good YouTube stuff lately. But let's get to questions.
Super chat. Let's go.
From Eddie. What are crystal balls based on?
Scoop sources, essentially. It was actually a genius thing that 247 came up with.
Yep.
Just to essentially say, like, when an expert hears that a guy is going to a certain place from someone that they trust, they're willing to put, their word on it, then they'll make a crystal ball prediction.
Yeah, it's a very helpful tool also. Not the most reliable at times, but it's a helpful tool.
Right. I mean, I would just say it's similar as like when NFL free agency is going on and you have reporters saying like, I'm told so-and-so is in negotiations with this team. It's like, it's not official, but you hear that there's mutual interest and you're willing to.
Yeah. It's basically just a branding around a report that they think this guy might be going somewhere.
Yes.
Next question. From Gerald, what about Oki Salavea? He can play quarterback also, and he's already on the roster.
I don't think he'll be a backup quarterback. I personally. I still think you're going to see them hit the late portal for a backup quarterback.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know this guy was on the roster.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the name just because it's a sweet name.
Yep. Was a 2022 recruit, I believe. 3 stars. Yep.
All right.
So there you go.
Next one from
our guy Jamel.
Jamel.
For RK, why is CU called the Buffaloes when Ralphie is a bison? Oh, Lord.
Classic question, usually being asked by trolls. Buffalo is just it's like a colloquial term for bison. It's the North American bison for many, many years in North America has been called a buffalo. Simple as that.
There you go. ISRA TV, have you heard anything about the new Pac-12 media deal? No, man.
Also, bison is not a cool name for a team. Sorry, North Dakota State.
No, you're right. Buffs is just so much better.
Right. Yeah. Buffs goes hard.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the new media deal. What did they say? They said they were waiting until...
I've heard it's getting a little messy.
Really?
Yep, unfortunately.
Are we watching the death of the Pac-12 right in front of our eyes?
I don't want to go that far, but I also don't want to not go that far.
Yeah. I mean, this is the moment where the Pac-12 conference states that it's here for the next few years or...
Fizzles.
Yeah.
Yeah. The good news is Colorado is in an incredible position to go elsewhere if they have to.
Yep. Denver's finest. Yeah, why didn't y'all head down to the Senior Bowl?
One, the Broncos don't have a pick until the 3rd round.
Yeah.
So draft coverage is down a little bit. 2, there's no Buffs there, right?
Nope.
And yeah, that's basically it. We've been down there a lot. Usually when the Broncos are scouting a quarterback, obviously that's no longer the case.
Yep.
And it's a great place to see and get a good look at players, but just not quite as pertinent this year.
Yeah. We will be talking about the Senior Bowl and the draft pod on Sunday, though, after the game's all done. So if you go to whatever podcasting app you use, just search DNVR Buffs or Buffs if you're on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to us, and then on Sunday we will have a draft pod out talking about the Senior Bowl and all that. So it's been fun. There's some nice players out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I swear says, on the radio show yesterday, Coach Prime said he has a wide receiver that won't be able to join until after spring as well. Shane Hooks, ?
So I don't know if Shane Hooks has actually been offered by CU.
Okay.
I've looked through his Twitter and a lot of other uniforms and teams. I don't think I've seen CU.
What about Quay?
Okay, didn't he announce that he was going back? Or it was announced that he was going back to JSU initially? Like, he was with that group of, 4
or 5.
Savion Wilkerson and all those guys, I thought. But I don't know. He must still be in the portal, I guess.
Maybe a different grad transfer that we didn't realize. There was a couple wide receivers, I'm trying to remember their names, that we were like, oh, this guy's good, but he's a senior.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm trying to pull up this guy's Twitter right now. I know Damon Demis committed somewhere.
Okay. Some people talking about Xavier Weaver.
Oh, Xavier Weaver. Yeah, he visited a few weeks ago. He's another South Florida kid. He's not like big though. Like and I think that's what they're looking for.
Yep, I thought so too.
So I don't know.
Oh, Quay is going to Texas Southern.
Okay. Shane Hooks. I'm pretty sure he hasn't committed yet.
Okay.
So we'll see. Next question.
All right, next.
And there it is. Xavier transferred to USF.
No, he's
he's from USF.
right. Okay.
Denver's finest again. Did you see Bucky got sent some vintage looking Buffs gear?
I did not. That was last night.
He got one like starter jacket.
Okay.
And then he got a starter pullover.
Nice. You guys let Bucky know that if/when he comes on the show, I'll hook him up with some vintage Buffs gear as well.
There you go.
And some of our DNVR gear.
Demis went to JUCO, Chris McCrae says. Adam reported that Xavier is probably coming after he graduates. You heard it from the comments, not here.
I told Adam the other day, I was like, sometimes the comments just tell us what you're reporting.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, it happened.
At least he's cool with it, I guess.
Well, he's a chill dude.
He's an awesome guy. Sean, what's up, man? I can see Prime and Ariel. I don't know how to say her last name.
Orsuto?
I think so. Performing a Prime/Rob J type relationship. Thoughts? Yeah, they kicked it off really good in the lunch that we had and stuff too.
Nice.
So yeah,
that's great.
Nicholas asking, hey guys, is there any good barbecue in Colorado?
So I have to admit, I think it's Colorado's biggest weak spot in our food culture. But there are some good spots. The one that fits the best, I think, for the Buffs is the one that I was telling everyone about on Twitter. It's my guy DJ's Watering Hole over there in Louisville. There's also another really good one in that area that I can't remember the name of right now, but I could look it up.
Tyler Brown says Bucky only coming on if you give him a game-worn Jake hat.
Something tells me that's about the last thing.
Yeah, I don't think he would want that. What else we got? Francisco, which player graduating from CU this May will leave first?
Like a grad transfer?
Like a transfer out?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it's a young team of like guys that they have actually on their roster from last year. So I don't even like Deion Smith is like a senior, but I think he can stay on the roster for sure.
Seems like he wanted to for sure.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yep. From Isaac, how do you think the Buffs will do this season? We're high on the Buffs.
Very good.
We're high on the Buffs.
I'm up to 7.
Yeah.
In climbing.
There you go.
It's just gonna keep going. I'm trying to like pace myself because I can't just say 12 now. I have nowhere to go from there.
We're putting the graphic out after the show. RK officially bumps his win total up to 7 from 6.
Yeah. I mean, originally I was like, all right, I think bowl game is a fair expectation. They just keep getting dogs, so I have to keep raising it, and they're only gonna get more. And then what's going to happen, Jake, is I have to leave room for when I start seeing them on the field.
Right.
Because I just know when I see Shador drop in a corner route on a dime, I'm going to be like, all right, they're winning 8. And then, I'm going to see Travis route someone out of their shoes. I'm going to be all right, they're winning 9.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta leave myself some room.
I mean, after they beat Nebraska, you're going to be through the roof.
CFP.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of CFP, someone talked about the Tyler Brown interview, and they I can't remember who was interviewing Tyler, but they asked him, like 1-11 team, like how do you think you guys are gonna do, after you win 2 games, people are gonna be so happy. Tyler goes, no, we're here to dominate. We're here to compete for the Pac-12. We're here to push for everything.
Can I say this since I don't know who asked the question, or am I gonna get myself in trouble?
I don't know what you're gonna say, so
I was gonna say dumb question.
Fair.
I'm so sick of hearing about 1-11.
Yep.
It's just so irrelevant.
It really is.
That just has nothing to do with this team.
Mm-hmm.
Different coach, different players.
I mean, literally couldn't be more different. Besides the uniforms,
Yeah.
everything is different.
Similar uniforms, probably.
True. Yeah. Even those are changing.
Same stadium.
Yep.
Same city, same name. That's about it.
Aubrey Miller is playing in the Senior Bowl tomorrow. Yeah, he's had some flash plays I've seen on Twitter.
Let's go. Let's get him drafted as
Yeah,
high as possible.
he'll get drafted. I think he's proved some things this weekend or this week. From Cooper, RK, my friends and I have an ongoing argument. Does CU historically wear black pants for big-time road games?
I mean, when I think of recent ones, the answer is yes. Obviously, the biggest one would be not this. Obviously, isn't recent, but the
Right.
Miracle at Michigan, they're wearing the black pants, and I think that has kind of created some sort of tradition. But I've never heard it as like a stated thing. But then, like when they went back to Michigan, they wore those again. I assume this is branched off of first game of the season. Are they going to be wearing black pants? And the answer is an absolute no. They are going to wear the all whites first game of the season. I would bet the house on it.
Yep, I think so.
But I think you're onto something a little bit there. I just don't know if it's ever been like a stated thing. It's just people think back to like the McCartney days when you didn't have all the different uniform combinations, and so
Right.
like home was
you had to wear
black and gold
pants.
or black and black,
Yeah.
and on the road they didn't ever really wear the white and gold, so they always just wore the white with the black pants on the road. They've tried the white with the gold pants on the road. I don't like it.
Yeah,
It looks like Boston College-y or something to me.
right. Yeah, I could see that. Mile High Minute is who asked Tyler Brown that question.
I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
Okay.
Next
No,
question.
no hate, no shade. Just
Yeah, no, from Chris Spoomer, our guy, Juwan Johnson might not play QB here, but he did beat Arch Manning in the Louisiana High School State semis by a score of 49-7.
what? Damn.
Okay, he's got to play quarterback. Come
Damn.
on.
49-7. What was Arch doing? 7 points in high school? You got clamped.
Hey, man, I don't want to talk shit about Arch Manning, but I've heard a lot of he might be overrated.
It's so unfair. Not that he might be overrated. It's unfair that he was rated the way that he is because you just know that his name had a lot to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's so hard to live up to the name, first off, and then they put him #1 overall recruit in his class.
I was kind of hoping when I just heard about Arch Manning for the first time like 3 years ago that like maybe he can fly under the radar a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even like, I don't know. Even like in like a Bronny James way, like he's not flying under the radar by any means, but no one is saying like he's the next LeBron. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's the comments. He's in such an interesting situation this year, I think. One, I think Sark is kind of coaching for his job this year. Two, Quinn Ewers, I mean, he had the injuries last year, but if he played bad at times. And if he's going to be assumed the starter, I think, coming out in 23. But if he plays bad again, the fans are going to be clamoring for Arch Manning instantly. And it's going to be, flight or fight real quickly for him.
Yeah.
So, Nico Iamaliva, I think is how you say his name. He's better, someone said. He's going to Tennessee, I think.
Oh.
5-star kid.
In terms of SEC schools, I kind of like, I don't hate Tennessee.
I always
think-
liked making fun of them because they always tried to they were like the Browns, They always tried to be so good and then they'd always fall on their faces.
I think it's just because of like Peyton.
Yeah.
Like when Peyton came, obviously he has so much Tennessee pride. When he
Yep.
came to the Broncos, it was like, if it makes Peyton happy, they can win.
Yeah. You'll say Rocky Top or sing along.
Yeah, exactly.
Next question. From Everett, who do you guys think will start in the secondary for Colorado?
So we went through this, but we had it as Travis, Cormani, Nico Reed. Did we have him in the slot? No, we had Cameron Silverman Craig.
Yes.
Then we were between Shiloh and Trevor Woods.
And Slusher.
And then we had Slusher, I think, as a starter.
Yep.
We ended up settling on Trevor Woods. Everyone was upset. We still really like Shiloh. I think it's going to be a really close battle. It'll be interesting to see. because we won't get to see Shiloh enter that fold until fall camp.
Right. And he's got the ACL still recovering from.
Which you hope that he will now be what?
Be more than close to a year?
Yeah, like 14, 15 months removed.
Think so.
So that'll be good.
ERR, did Torrent Pittman get dismissed from the roster, or did he hit the portal? The spring roster was posted and he wasn't on it. I was wondering why I was getting so many questions about him. Because I went to his page, like his Twitter page, absolutely nothing. That makes sense, though, if he's not on the spring day roster. He's still listed. That's the 22 roster.
Interesting. Well, there's going to be lots of cases like this, I have a feeling.
Oh, yeah. This won't be the first time, I think, a guy will just, like, his name will disappear from the roster and we'll hear. I mean, he can't enter the portal till May.
Right.
So.
Wait, I thought there was a little short period coming up.
I don't think so. So we had the 45-day period that started in December.
Yes.
It's only 60 days you can enter, unless you have a coaching change. And then the portal opens for 4 weeks, which is why Brendan Lewis entered the portal after Durrell was fired, because they had a 4-week window. Only had one player leave. And now the next window is like May 1st to 15th for 15 days.
I could have sworn there was like someone somewhere said there's like a 15-day opening coming up somewhere. It also could have just been a dream I had. I could have been thinking of like the transfer window in the Premier League. I don't know, but I thought I heard that somewhere.
ERR says, I think people are sleeping on Nico Reed. And
everyone is sleeping on all of the players that were on the team last year that were actually good.
Yep.
And I sincerely hope, because those guys have been through a lot, that they get to, show what they've got on a national stage and that they can live up to it. Like, I believe in them, but in the end, the competition level is going to be immense, and it's going to be a real sink or swim moment for them. And so I'm just cheering for those guys because I've always felt like they were talented and they could play. A lot of these guys watched their teammates who were also on bad teams transfer onto good teams last year and really show out.
Yep.
Christian Gonzalez is going to be a first-round draft pick. Mark Perry played in the national championship game. So, like, we use the USF comparison. Like, just because you're on a bad team doesn't mean you're a bad player. There are some guys that can go on this team, and it'll be cool, I think, if they can succeed. And so, you'll have a couple guys from the old era who were able to prove it at the highest level and get rewarded for coming to Colorado and, when we were down bad.
For sure. Gearhead put some more names in there. Woods and Reed we've talked about, but Jordan Tyson, we'll see how he comes back from his injury. Montana, of course. Van Wells, I think is going to start.
A starter for us, yeah. Been snapping to Shador.
Yep. And Hankerson is definitely going to get some run in the backfield rotation.
I would expect so. Victor Venn is another name that people were really excited about who redshirted last year. So, yeah, there's guys.
You can put up that question from Drico. What do you think about the custodian saying the team never worked out that hard? You didn't see that in the video? So
which video is that?
It's well off or one of them, but there's a custodian like cleaning in the gym area, and she goes into Coach Mo's office and tells him, like, these guys are working. I've never seen them work this hard here. Like, I don't know what they were doing before, but you really got them going. Like,
love this.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, the caliber of player is a lot better.
True.
That's in that weight room. But I can't say this enough. There is a thing that happens when everyone can feel something special is brewing, and it brings the best out of everyone. And I think that's truly I mean, I could just see it from those workouts. Like, you see when Tyler Brown went up to Coach Prime. He's like, Coach, I missed you. He's literally just
drenched in sweat.
He put on a light gray shirt that was black.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are putting in the work because they can feel something special is brewing, and they also know that there are people coming for their jobs from every angle.
Right.
We never talked about Coach Prime's incredible quote about Travis Hunter. That was the best quote he had of the entire signing day press conference.
Which quote?
He said, like, every spot is up for grabs. Well, I mean, some guys are going to be starting like Travis. There's no need to be politically. There's no need to be politically correct when there's a dog in the house.
Yes, that was a fantastic quote.
That's incredible, and it's so true.
Yeah.
And I love, that's just being real.
Yeah.
A lot of coaches would say every position's up for grabs. Every guy, starting number one corner is not up for grabs.
Yep, 100%. Gerald D says Coach Mo was shocked. He was kind of like, oh, really? Like, he kind of realized, I think, the change that is happening like last year to this year in that moment.
Yeah.
Hearing that custodian speak to him.
It's awesome. I also just think, like, better players probably look better in workouts.
That's very true. Yep.
They're lifting more weights. They're, grinding a little harder. That's why they're better.
Yep. The Shador start, he's got a chance.
Yeah, he starts. He starts all right.
Yeah. Carl Durrell had the boys up in the gym playing Parcheesi. Oh, no.
You know what? I want to let go of the Carl Durrell era entirely.
Yeah.
It's going to end up being one of the most forgettable eras of college football or of Colorado football.
That era led to this era, though.
It did. It will have that going for it. But I'm telling you, dude, Carl Durrell could not motivate anything.
Yeah.
It was tough to watch.
It was very hard. The first 5 games last year were very, very difficult.
Yeah.
You're gone next week.
I am. I will be on Radio Row at the Super Bowl doing our Broncos show down there. But I'm already mining the opportunities because for those of you who don't know, Radio Row is just like the biggest gold mine for interviews that exists in the sports world. Everyone you can think of is down there. In fact, I would not be surprised to see Coach Prime down there at some point. I think towards the end of the week. So what I was going to say is I'm looking for opportunities to hopefully do some quick interviews that I can send back to you guys that you can play on the show.
Great.
So I can, do my part to help make this show great, even when I'm down there.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that'd be awesome to just get any kind of interview from
Right.
down there.
And there's just gonna be there's so many people who are now interested. Like in a past life, you just wouldn't have been able to go and ask like a top college football. Let's just say like I'll try to use someone who's not a Buff. Because I instantly went Joel Klatt, and then I went to Chris Fowler, and I'm like, nope, both of them went to CU.
Desmond Howard.
There you go. Desmond Howard's walking around like he'll talk Buffs.
Right.
Before, if you would have been like, hey, what do you think of Colorado football? He'd be like, I don't think about
Haven't
them.
watched a game in 10 years.
So now, like, anyone and everyone is on the table, and we will just be creating content like crazy while we're down there. So I am definitely hoping to get some cool interviews to send back to you guys.
Yep, can't wait. Andre will be back. I'm going to try and get some other guests, too. We'll see. It'll be fun. And it'll be Super Bowl week, so I'm sure there'll be tons of people talking about the Buffs, as you said, just on national radio shows that we'll be able to talk about and stuff. So
100%. Maybe Cordell will be down there. I mean, the options are endless.
Any notable Buffs or Chiefs or Eagles who were Buffs, former Buffs? Not currently, but like historically.
Oh, historically. Well, you have Eric Bieniemy on the Chiefs staff,
Right,
obviously a Colorado legend. Eagles. Jeremy Bloom played for the Eagles briefly. Davion Taylor was drafted by the Eagles.
Right.
I don't think he's still there. I'm probably missing some that people are going to kill me for, but those are the ones that are coming to mind for me right now. Jabril Brown was drafted by the Chiefs. I think Coy Detmer was an Eagle.
He was an Eagle, yeah.
Yep. So there we go. I could probably just keep going forever, just sitting here thinking, saying a name, thinking, saying a name. But there's a few to put out there for you.
Jimmy really wants to know, do you know the name of the instrumental we used at the beginning of our shows?
No.
Sorry, Jimmy.
It's all from, what's the word I'm looking for? Royalty-free service that we subscribe to.
ERR says instrumental gives a Tribe Called Quest vibes.
Oh, that's a huge compliment to that instrumental.
Yeah. I got a DM saying that we need to find an intro song for our show.
There's only one person that I want that I would accept an intro song from.
Okay.
Osaken.
There we go. Yep.
How fire would that be?
What's the song Money Off or something like that?
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
We need a beat like that.
I want Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Dang, we're coming in with some heat every time.
Yes. That beat drops. Boom, we're in.
All right, I think we have to get out of here. We went long today. Yeah, have fun next week. We'll see you after the Super Bowl. I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about then. But we'll be back next week on Monday, 3 p.m., guys. Let's go Buffs.
I'll miss you guys. Let's go Buffs.